I've needed something reliable to test power banks. I've been testing the capacity for them. So what I did is I got a USB power tester, and then I got a load tester. So this puts a load on the power bank so I can have a consistent load rather than using something like a cell phone, which is going to change how much power it uses depending on if the screen's on, what app's open, stuff like that. So this gets you a consistent reading. Before I say what I do and don't like about these devices, let me really quick just show you kind of a closer look and how to use this USB tester. These kind of go hand in hand, so I'm going to show you both of these at the same time. This is a USB power tester and this is a USB load tester. So to test this out, I'm going to plug it into this power bank. You can see as this boots, it does have a nice display. So it shows the volt output and it shows the amps and watts. I'm not charging anything right now. You can see I'm on group 7 of 10. This took me a while to figure out, but to move to a different group, you move this over and then you press it down. So now we have up to 10 groups, and you can clear the groups, but I'm going to go to a new group. I've been testing devices. So I'm going to go to group 8 so I can test a new device. Then I will press down on this and then it says switch to 8, and I press down again and say OK. Now there is a back button as well. I will press the back button. And you'll notice the time isn't doing anything. The amps and the watts, they are not doing anything because I'm not charging anything. There's no load on this. So it's just kind of waiting for me to put something in here. You can also do USB-C in, micro USB in, and USB-C out. But this is where the load tester comes into play. So I'm going to plug this in. Oh yeah, and the screen does flip orientation, which is kind of cool, but also kind of annoying. But you can see right here, it's 0.85 amps. If we come over here, 0.85 amps. So we've got this about the same. So let's say I want to test a load of 5 watts. I've got this knob over here, and then I can go up to, okay, so we are right at 5 watts now. The screen will dim automatically. Just press back, the screen comes back on. But you can see now we are measuring how much time is going on. We're measuring the amp hours. We're measuring the watt hours as well. We've got an average, min, max. If I unplug this, the nice thing about this is it has a memory built in board. So as soon as I plug this back in, it's going to boot again, but it's going to show the session time. So we just plug that in for about 10 seconds. But if we come here, this is the total time. So the total times have been a minute. We've got a different session time. So if I test this all the way from 100 to 0 and it dies, all the information is going to be saved. As far as the load tester goes, I think it is rated up to 20 watts, but in all of my tests, it usually seemed to die before it got up that high. But let's test it out for funsies. Let's see how high we can get this before it dies. We are at, there we go. So about 18 watts. So it's going to boot again. As it boots, let me turn this down so it doesn't die again. But this is really nice to get a consistent test for power. So if you're testing a power bank or a cable or something like that, then this is great. The reason I got this USB tester is because it says it connects to Bluetooth and it has an app that you can use on the computer. So that's really the only reason that I got this USB tester. And honestly, I really struggled with it. That was my least favorite thing with this USB tester. I got the app to work. It was kind of hard to find. I got it working, but it didn't keep a log of everything. So all the information that the app gave you is the exact same information that you can see on this tester. Then I downloaded the app for Windows and Linux. I tried it in Windows first and it seemed to work fine. It kept a log of things, but it would always crash. It would always stop midway through the test. So I couldn't get an accurate log. So then I'm like, okay, let me try the Linux software. So I installed Linux on my computer, went to download the Linux software. They don't have Linux software. It's just Windows software. So I didn't get to try it. So I was really frustrated until I found out that the device itself stores all the data. And once I realized that, I decided I didn't really need the software. This stores everything that it needs. As far as the load tester goes, this worked really well for me, other than the fact it seems to die at about 20 watts. I thought this was supposed to be 25 or more watts for a load tester, but it worked fine for my test. Really no issues or complaints with this. Did exactly what it's supposed to be. Those are my overall thoughts with this USB tester and the load tester. Before I go, let me give you one more quick look at the USB tester and show you some of the other screens. I never really use them, but I'll just go ahead and show them to you so you know what's available for this. Okay, so this is the main screen, and then if you use the rocker, we can go to another screen where we've got the D plus and D minus. Move over again and it kind of shows you a graph of everything. Here you've got cable measurement. Here you have a screen that just shows the basics, and then back to the main screen. Cool device, but don't get it for the software. That was my mistake. It doesn't really need software though, because it logs everything on the device itself.